Lazada Men's Fest. Shop up to 80% off. Free shipping vouchers.
Sulitin ang sweldo mga ka-Lazada! Masulit ang sweldo dito sa Lazada. Sulit sweldo mo sa Lazada. Sulit sweldo sale. May free shipping vouchers dito. Lazada Sulit Sweldo Sales sa bawat swelduhan.
It's the Lazmo 1010 Big Brand Sale. Now with 10% cashback. And free shipping with no minimum spend nationwide. Download Lazada now.
Hello, welcome to Lazada Insider, featuring knowledge that makes a difference. We share trusted insights, forward-looking perspectives, and exclusive expert interviews to keep you ahead of the curve.
Hi, I'm your host, Katrina, and welcome to Lazada Insider. And our focus today is the consumer electronics industry. Well, on Lazada Insider, we have talked about the impact of the pandemic on many different industries before, but I think for consumer electronics, it's not a very straightforward one with quite some tug of war going on. On the one hand, most of the Southeast Asian consumers like you and me, we're spending more time at home. So we have to turn to technology products for working remotely, for cooking, for entertainment, and so on. On the other hand, because of the economic uncertainty, many consumers have to probably cut down or postpone the purchase of big ticket items like electronic products. So you might wonder, how has this dynamic impacted the consumer electronics industry overall? And more importantly, what is the outlook and some exciting trends that businesses need to watch out for? We're going to answer all these questions today with Benedict from GfK Asia. Benedict has close to 11 years of experience in GfK, currently as the Director of Market Intelligence. He has really wide range of experience, in total more than 20 years in the telecom and consumer electronics industry. So absolutely the expert to discuss today's topic. Hi, Benedict. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, good morning, Katrina.
First of all, could you tell our audience a bit more about you?
Thanks for inviting me for this workshop. And for myself, I'm the Director for Market Intelligence, actually responsible mainly for new projects with a lot of special focus on online sales. So I thought that this morning topic was very close interest of.
Yeah, let's look at the recent 18 months or so. So among all the shifts in consumer behavior that happened due to the pandemic, what would you say are the major ones that have the biggest impact on the electronics industry?
The reason it's called a pandemic is the impact is across all society and countries, right? So initially there was a bit of reservation. Everyone's not sure how long the pandemic is going to last and everything. So in terms of consumer purchase decision, there was a huge impact. Initially, we see a bit of reservation from consumer. They only buy what is being their needs or for sustainability to maintain their livelihood. But I think as time goes by, we do see some good changes. In fact, you'll be nicely surprised that actually the premium segment for each product category is having good sales now, especially in the first half of this year. So I think across the board, there was quite a nice swing. So from us being able to do self-sustainable, now they're trying to improve their lifestyle at home. So you're going to have everything at home, right? You're going to study at home, work at home, cook at home, entertainment yourself at home. So all these categories, what we see, there's a picked up in premium product in this sector. So for example, 65-inch TV. This year, they are selling more than previous year as well. In fact, for some product category that was impacted in the initial months of COVID in 2020, this year we see that the sales has actually improved up to pre-pandemic level even. So I think that's a good sign for the whole industry. Moving forward, I think the trend should continue. Right.
Yeah. Have you observed any interesting nuances among countries and subcategories when it comes to, the overall performance of electronics industry?
I think we are arriving to a new normal now. I think besides the discretionary purchases, online sales has improved a lot. I think across all the Southeast Asia country that GFK is tracking today, what we're seeing is that for online sales, there was a good increase in terms of sales value by 60% this year. And for online sales market share for these consumer electronic products, it actually constitutes to something like 19% of total market. And the value was about US dollars 590 million US dollars for the first 3 months of this year. So that's a good improvement across, I'll say, Southeast Asia region, across most of the consumer electronic product category. So I think moving forward, there's definitely positive sign that growth is coming back in the market.
You mentioned about, the increase in terms of online sales for consumer electronics. So do you foresee that, the trend will continue like that with strong growth in online space? Or, as the countries are, in the future opening up, consumers will still go offline?
The projection, I think, is going to be only going up forward. Because why I say that? I think for all consumer and for the private sector to survive, you can see that more of them are adopting e-payment, mobile payment, right? Because once the country or the government implement lockdown, the only way you can purchase things is only through the marketplace or online space. So you can see there's greater adoption of digital payment in the among all the retailers. In fact, some countries, the government is providing incentive or skill transfer from private sector to these retailers even. So this only help to grow the total ecosystem, right? And with the knowledge provided by government as well as the needs for individual, right, to make use of online sales to purchase things in order to buy all the necessity. This will only grow online sales for the next, I would say, 12 months to 24 months.
Yeah, excellent sharing. And I think what you shared resonate very well with our observations as well. So obviously, if we compare online versus offline, right, there are advantages for both. So offline, maybe consumers definitely enjoy the benefits of, having professional salesperson. For example, they can test the products, which are important for electronic products. At the same time, I think in the past 18 months or so, consumer also appreciate the experience of shopping online more, right? With the wide range of products, the competitive pricing, the convenience, the safety, right? I actually want to ask a bit more when it comes to shopping channel. So we know that for a lot of the categories, omni-channel, is the way forward. So how about for consumer electronics? Do you foresee that omni-channel is also the way forward?
Oh, that is definitely true. I think what we can see is that for online space, touch point by the consumer, usage of online doing for research, making for purchases has gone up actually in the last 24 months, year on year as well. So I think omni-channel is the way forward for all retailers, right? So you need to have both platform in order to cater for all the different needs of the consumer. Right? Consumer may like to touch things, but maybe they do not have time to go down to the shop when they want to make the purchase after making all the comparisons. So having availability of online sales is definitely important for them. At the same time, what we can see that there's new format of I would say retail coming up, right? So we have the augmented reality that's going to be quite popular coming forward, right? That at the same time, there's virtual reality even. So all the different product category manufacturer can make use of all this new technology, right, to provide new, I would say, consumer experience, right, for consumer to imagine how they can make use of this product in their lifestyle, in their home, or even in their workspace even. Right, I think that will help a lot.
Yeah, and I completely echo your view. And we also see that, consumers actually now more and more adopting an online offline hybrid behavior in the consumer journey. And what you mentioned is very interesting when it comes to, the different stages of consumer journey, right? Consumers probably use e-commerce not only as a purchase channel, but also as an information channel to look at reviews, to compare price and so on. So, we do foresee that, having e-commerce complement a brand's distribution channel will certainly become more relevant, and even I would say become the norm in the near future. Since we talk about future, let's look into that. So electronic products are usually considered as durables, and they have relatively, I would say, a long replacement cycle compared to other categories. And we know that, as you mentioned, many consumers already purchase, the necessary electronics products during this recent couple of years as a result of the stay-at-home economy. So how do you foresee this will impact the growth of the industry, in the next 1 to 2 years in Southeast Asia?
Well, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the premium product segment for each of these product category has seen increase of sales. So what does that mean? That means that actually people are still able to afford premium product. At the same time, I think entry-level product that is of good quality, the price is also becoming more affordable. For example, if you look at Ultra HD TV in the market these days, if you compare the price maybe 2 years or 1 year ago, right, to today, the price has come down to maybe 15-20%. So what is that going to impact for general consumer? I think it's very good news, right? Especially for next year. Usually what we see is that every year when there is a soccer World Cup, consumer electronic sales would boom, right? I think people will want to have better experience when they watch match or key match of their favorite countries and so forth. Right. So next year being 2022, we're going to have the soccer World Cup in Qatar. This will have positive impact for the whole industry, right? Especially for consumer electronic. And at the same time, with the price coming down for entry-level product, this will only give more, I would say, incentive for consumer to consider, especially for those upgraded. Right. So, like you say, life cycle for durable is long, but I think for certain people who can afford to upgrade, given this key event next year, as well as the lower price in the, let's say, high segment of the product category, this will give them more incentive or more reason to do the upgrade.
What I'm hearing is that basically it's almost like a bipolar kind of movement that will probably happen, right? Where we have the premium segment growing, but at the same time, those with affordable price with good functionality will also probably thrive and probably tailor to those consumers that their economic situation is in a sense impacted heavily by the pandemic. Am I
That's
correct
true.
in saying that?
That's
Yeah.
true.
So do you think that there are certain ways that retailers or brands can attract the consumers to buy a bit more of the premium segment for those whose financial situation is impacted. Top of mind, I'm thinking, what if, let's say, they can offer installment plan, right? That may help. So do you think that, there are certain suggestions or advices that you can give to the retailers and brands in this front?
But what you have mentioned, some countries has already take up such initiative. I think recently you can see that there are some interest in use first and pay later kind of scheme happening in some emerging countries. So I think that is going to help those consumer. I think in the middle income group, they're sitting on the fence whether to upgrade or not. Right? Given the key events next year, I think this will also help them to make a better decision.
How about the portable electronic products? You mentioned quite some examples about, TV, like more of an in-home appliance category. How about, let's say, smartphones and those portable products?
Portable product, I think they are also seeing some good growth this year. All right, especially those things that can enhance personal experience. So we see a lot of strong growth in the true wireless earbud segment, right? So for those consumers who want to listen to music, but at the same time don't disturb people around their home, so they are investing to good earpiece, those active noise cancelling kind of earpiece, as well as at the same time, I think we also see strong growth in soundbar, right? Especially those that is wireless type, or those soundbar that come with subwoofer and real speakers. So surprisingly,